Welcome back here to B&S Creations. Today I'm going to start a small dog crate. Hadn't done a small one yet. I've done a couple, a big one that was custom ordered, and I'm going to do a small one just to kind of have it as a showpiece. So I'm going to leave this camera recording, and I'm just going to kind of move around a little bit, and I'll try to remember to turn it, and we'll see what we can get done. I'll try to talk to you some, tell you what I'm doing, and all that kind of stuff. So on this one dog crate, I know I'm going to need some pieces 2x6, 16 inches long. So I put my blade down, I've got a block, get my tape measure, I do my 16 inches. Take me a clamp. I kind of use this as a guide, so that way I know that every one of them, all I got to do is butt it up to this piece here, make me a cut. I'll do that 4 times, and each piece will be the same length. So that's kind of how I do that on these shorter pieces. You know, if it's like 4 or 5 feet, normally I'll just cut one of them to length, butt the other one up, edge to edge, scoot it until I got it even with the blade, and then cut it. So we're going to get the cutting here, and I'll come back here in just a little bit. We're going to do some table saw. We're going to cut the edges off. Things done today was pretty cool. 731 woodworking, I believe that's who it is. Seeing what he did, he's taking shaves his corners off, or on his boards, the sides off, so that they mount flush and there's no gap. I like that. That's a good idea, so I'm going to try that on these next couple. Thank you for that tip and advice. So we're going to get to cutting a little bit and see what we can get done here. Now I got these 4 pieces cut. I got some other pieces cut that I'm going to shave the sides off. Like I was just telling you, making it where it's flat, not the round edge that comes on these. So it looks just a little bit different. I mean, you can do it either way. I've got tables where I've done it. This first time I'm going to do it this way. I might keep doing it that way because I think it's easier to line up. just kind of show y'all why I did that. So I'll take a piece of scrap here. So you butt it up. Before, there's always kind of a round edge. I can see that I was probably standing in the way. So butt it up before. When you butt it up, all the edges are square. So you're not going to have that round. So you're just going to have a square. I don't know if you can see that good or not, but I think it looks a little bit better. Like I said, it's going to make it easier to line up. Easier for the clamps to hold it and all that kind of good stuff. We'll see how that works out. I don't want the bottom of that the kennel cage to sit on the ground. So what I do is I just take the square, get it on there, mark me an inch, 2 inch, whatever, however size you put it up. And I'll go ahead and mark all these boards. These are all my leg pieces. You can mark them and all the way around, and that way you don't. Again, I'm just doing this an inch. Some of my entryway tables, I'll do 2 inches off the ground, so it's just kind of whatever you decide to do. I wouldn't go sticking it up real high, but it's, like I said, it's just kind of whatever you decide to do, and you want to put it up a little bit higher, put it up a little bit higher. This is for small dogs, so they don't have to jump so high to get in there or be intimidated by it, especially if it's a new pup. Then you might want to just go right into it. Kind of make it easier on the dog as possible. Okay, earlier I put this down to get my measurements for my bottom pieces and bottom of the cage, side pieces. Put this down here, and I don't have this going this way, so before I cut these 2x6s out to know what length they were, which I didn't have, like I said, I didn't have the 2x6s. So what I did was measure these out 26 inches, which is how wide I want the table to be. And then I would measure in here, it's 19.5 inches. So I went ahead and covered 4 of these 19.5 inches. I'm going to try to, I'm getting ahead of myself, but I'm going to try to put a drawer maybe in this one, just to practice on those drawers. But we'll see how all that works out here in just a little bit. But sorry, it's a neighbor coming down the road. So we'll see how that works out. But I'm going to go ahead and put these pieces together. I'm going to go over and do some crate jigs and drill some holes for these and get to it that way. Do you think 6 inches off the ground is too much to start the bottom of the dog kennel?
6 inches?
Yeah. You don't think?
Is that 6 inches?
6 1/4 to the top.
No.
And then it's so the dog will have still have 14 inches, 13 inches of space to get in. It's going to be a small dog house.
This one here, this is the space that
This is the space that they'll have.
It's just enough to cradle them. That's it.
okay.
How was today?
Oh, it was a day. Yours?
Today.
The bottom together first, so I gotta come back with the other pieces for the sides. So this is the front and back. So front piece, back piece. I'll get these pieces, get some screws drilled in them, put the sides together, then we'll have the bottom of our doghouse. Remember, we don't put the other ones in until we get all these holes drilled. Think about having a door full length of this side here, so where it open up. hadn't decided which side I'm gonna put the door in. I may put the door in on this side and just run everything this way. Like I said, I'm just experimenting with this one, and we're gonna try to just throw it together and then see if we can't recreate it later on if we need to, but, I'm gonna experiment a little bit with this one. And, they give a double door, that way they can have the option to, however they wanna put it, they wanna use it this way or this way. Can't quite do double drawers because they'll hit trying to come in, so we just need to decide what we're gonna do. I'll make that decision as I go along. Normally how I do it around here is make the decision as I go. Babe, what you doing? Yes, she is. She acts like she's camera shy, but she's not. She's not camera shy. She acts like it though. It's looking this way, don't worry. Hey, where you going? Hey, we bring you back to tea, please. One thing I will tell you that I've noticed or I've seen about the Kreg jig is that I think you can preset it and it's just a clamp. This one here, I've got to back it out, tighten it every time I want to move the board. So I don't think that's worth $40 difference. But I am going to get me a Kreg jig. One of these days I'll break down and spend that money on it. But like I said, I got this one for. I paid $30 for it, so it'll work for now.
There's your tea.
Thanks, babe.
You're welcome, babe. Have to do this one a little bit different, simply because it's not butting up straight with the wood like the other clamp. So I don't ever try to use my fingers to hold
to hold the board where it won't move, because when you're drilling these Craig-hole screws, they tend to, whichever way you're drilling in, push the board that way. So I'll just take a board here, scrap piece, run it up against it. That way I can use that to kind of hold my place a little bit. But if you don't, and you can't quite hold it, and it'll move a little bit on you. The way it stays flush. Little tricks you gotta learn all along your little lonesome. Kind of demonstrate a little bit better on this side. So put that there. And my clamp onto that board. Now I can hold on the bottom down here. Hold it flush, and it won't move on me. Sometimes I put the clamp in your way though. We'll try to wipe that excess glue off now. That way you got to sand it off, and if you don't get it all sanded off, it's not going to stain right. I would tell you that I've got I'm not impressed with wood filler. It doesn't stain. I don't care what you do with it, how long you let it dry. I can't get it to stain correctly. So, not impressed with that at all. Okay, so there's the bottom of that box, or crate. Check it for square. Looks good. Looks good. Looks good. Looks good. Sometimes when you go to get them square, they're a little bit off as you go, just because you've only got the bottom pieces put together. So you can always fix that once you put the top on. But if your base is square now, your base is probably going to be square all the way around. Again, like I said, we're going to drill our holes first, and deciding, I don't know which way I want the drawer to go. I think I want this to go on the drawer to pull out this way. I think that's what I'm going to do. It gives me more room for a drawer. So with that being said, we're going to have to take one of these pieces to the bandsaw and cut it out from a drawer. So if I do that, I need to figure out how big I want my door so I can make that all cut out. So we've got a 19.5 inch opening. So I take my tape measure 19.5 and I split it about 9 3/4. Another little trick that I learned this years ago, back when I was adding the read plans and doing plumbing work a long time ago. If you have, I know you know what half of 20 inches is, but we're just going to say 20 inches, okay? You'll take your tape measure, hold the end on 20, you're going to have 10 right there in the center of it. So if you go 28, which we all know is 14, you got 14. So in this case, we got 19 and a half. So we're going to put this on 19 and a half, and we're going to come out pretty close to 9 3/4. So let's check that. So we're going to measure from this side, go 9 3/4, make us a mark, and then we'll go from the other side, and you may be a 1/16 off. But you get the gist of it. It's pretty accurate. 16th on this right here really doesn't make it a big a deal because it's going to be a door. So I say I want my door to be, let's say, you know what, I may make the door that whole width. And if that's the case, I can cut this down to a 2-inch piece. So I'll cut that down to 2 inches, and I will have a 4-inch deep drawer, 3.5 inch deep pull out drawer. So we're going to try that. Let's see what that looks like, maybe. But I think the whole door, I think, would be okay. So with that being said, I need to cut this down to, let's see, if I take 2 inches off of it, 3 1/4 inch drawer, maybe some type of dog toys, something of that nature. Again, I'm just trying to change it up a little bit and challenge myself and see how we come out. And we'll keep working. I'll edit video later. Already have 1.5 inch piece cut that I was cutting on last night, so I know that I can go 1.5 inches, cut that 19.5 inches. If I do that at 19.5 inches, what I do need to measure and make sure is I put this one in. Like this. So from the top of that, we're going to go down 5 1/4. So when it's tight like that, you know you did a good job cutting. And we'll go 5 1/4. So when I put this on here, I know that the bottom of this needs to be at 5 1/4. If I do that, 5 1/4. That will leave for a 3.5 inch drawer space. I think that's plenty of room to put in a dog full of some treats or just something. Kind of decorate it a little bit. So let's make this cut. Again, I can put this side on because there's going to be a door here, so there's not going to be any rebar there. So I can go ahead and put this top on. And okay, so everywhere else I'm going to go around here. Let's see how much we got. What, 16 inches here on this side, correct? Alright, so we're going to go every 2 inches. So we're going to go every 2 inches. Put us some mark. So we're going to go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. I'm going to take this level here. Let's see what the square of my board, what the center of my board is here. So it's going to be 1.5 inches. So let's go 3/4 of an inch. Three-quarter of an inch is a good mark on that. So I'm going to take this and put on my line that I just made so that I know that I'm in the center. Of that board from my drill my holes. So let's see, we go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Alright, that's gonna be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Okay, so we're going to mark that same spot. So now we've got this board. It should be 19.5. Alright. Yep. So what we're going to do is on this one we're going to take and mark every 2 inches. So we're going to go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. And that's what I like. I know I had some trouble getting that in there, but I like a tight fit because I know it's on the square. And it's always to be that way. So Remember, I have to take 1.5 inches off of this because this piece is 1.5 inches.